So I said to myself today, why is this Haroset different than any other Haroset? How many decades have I been preparing Haroset? Well, for starters, it's technology. Would I ever in a million years think that I'd be sharing Haroset, the recipe of Haroset, through Zoom, through the internet? Times are changing. Hashem has a plan. We're blessed. Haroset is like the Passover icon. It brings us to the symbolism, the symbolic meaning of the mortar, the clay, the negativity, but it also, with the freedom that it brought, brings us the sweetness. All over the world, different Jewish communities are preparing Haroset. The Ashkenaz with apples, the Ashkenaz communities with apples, the Moroccans with figs and raisins, the Egyptian communities with the black raisins, which I learned recently from my sister Monique Shehebar. It's fascinating. France, Venice, Yemen. This is an opportunity actually to learn about different communities and what was available for them at the time, because now everything's available, but where their custom originated from because of the region, because of the demographics, because of the terroir. So this is an exciting time, and we have an opportunity to embrace it. So today we're going to prepare the Halabi Haroset. So it's primarily made with dates because that was what was all over the desert. The Bedouins sustained on dates. The palm trees were in the millions all over the country until lots of them were destroyed. But we had lots and lots of dates. We have the walnuts and the symbolic cinnamon, which at one time came in a straw-like consistency, even now, and that was symbolic of the straw that went into the bricks that the enslaved Israelites used to build the pyramids that, of course, did not do anything. Baruch Hashem, we have our synagogues and our religion, and we're still here. So dates must get checked. LED light, and what I did was I checked every date, and of course I, just like when we checked the rice, didn't find one bug or anything, but we keep our minhag, we keep our customs. Another reason why this Haroset is different than any other Haroset is because every year I take a new pot and I go to the ocean and I dip it. And this year when I went to go dip it, luckily the beach was still open. I'm in Sunny Isles and they didn't close it down yet. And out of nowhere, like a tidal wave came, knocked me over along with my phone that was in my back pocket. All the Apple stores closed. I got the last phone in Verizon, and of course I was ready for an upgrade. So I got the Pro 11. Hand of Hashem, because I was able to really take fantastic photographs. Very clear, and something told me to take these photographs. So I'd like to play a little slideshow, a little video, so you get an idea of what went on with my Haroset. Before I start, I would like to really, really thank SCA for including me in this amazing program. I was feeling a little despondent that I wasn't giving back. How could I give back? I'm confined in my apartment. I just couldn't figure it out. And then I got this phone call from Yvette, and I was thrilled to be. So thank you. And I'm praying and hoping that all these segments will bring a refuah to all those in need. So thank you again, SCA, and you should continue with beautiful classes and resources for our community to grow and prosper with. So here's the slideshow. I'm gonna see how we can do that. Okay, so that last picture was my eye mask, and since I didn't have a regular mask, and I was on my way to UPS to mail my Haroset to my married children and one very, very special friend. So that was the idea. Now, people over the years, many questioned me, Poopa, why is your Haroset so dark? And it doesn't look like someone told me recently, like baby. And the reason is that after I pick the dates very, very carefully, when I steam my dates, which these are steamed already, I put very, very little, not very little water. I put less than about 3/4 of filtered water into the pot. I just let it come to a boil. That's it. And then while it's still warm, that's when well, when I check the dates and anything I did, I had gloves on at all times. And that's quite important. Especially at this time when we feel so restricted. We say to ourselves, oh, well, Pesach's supposed to be about freedom, but we're confined. Well, guess what? This could even be more freedom than we ever imagined. We'll talk about it. Let's just first do this. So I'm going to take the steamed dates and little by little, if you have another, the Vitamix, that also works beautifully, but mine's in here. Okay, oops, top, here we go. Here's the top. And then we're going to liquefy. Now, what I do to get it to stay dark is once it's liquefied and I start to put it in the plate, once it's all liquefied, that's when I start using my hands. Oops. Just to get the idea. So, as you could see, there's still some lumps. So rather than diluting it and pureeing the heck out of it, I like to, I don't know if you can see that. Then what I do, hold on. Can you see me mushing it? See, and then with my hands, I really get it. Any big lumps, I kind of do it. I know that in Morocco, they like it chunky. Certain countries like it chunky, certain countries like it like super creamy. I like it in between, balanced. Like Rambam says, we need to be balanced. Okay, so that's the Haroset. Now, once the Haroset, I'll combine this with this one. Now, I don't add the wine until the night that we're serving it. Hold on. AB Towel will have a link to the recipe that is from Aromas. Okay, so now the next step is that we add cinnamon. And like we said, the cinnamon symbolizes the straw that was used by the Jewish Israelite Hebrew slaves in the clay bricks. And now we're enjoying the delicious taste. So we're still here. And it's so symbolic this year because challenges just keep us stronger. It keeps us together. It keeps us connected. Look what happened with this. Straw, delicious cinnamon, delicious haroset. Yep. And then, of course, we have the walnuts, which are yummy. And then the wine. Now, the wine is symbolic of the blood that was sprinkled on the doorposts. And actually, it's called blood grapes by many. And we just I like to put it when it was sprinkled on the doorposts, not to kill the firstborn. But the rabbis will expand on that. Now, you go like this. Oh, you can see. There we go. And this is the mainstay, the pillar, one of the most important, delicious parts of Pesach. There's not a person that I know of that doesn't love Haroset. By planning this segment, I realized that there's so many different types of Haroset, and there's so many different ways to learn about different Jewish communities throughout the world. God willing, next year, I plan to try a few of them, especially the Moroccan one. I might post that one also. I'll give AB, God willing, the link. Let me see if I have some pictures that I'd like to share with you. Are we taking questions? Hold on.
Hi, Auntie, it's me. I just said hi in the chat.
Okay, is there questions by anybody?
I don't see any.
Yeah,
Oh,
Poopa, somebody has a question.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so Raina, I think, had one. You could ask.
Oh, I don't have a question. I was just saying hi to my
I
aunt and
missed
then
the
saying
birthday
to
party. I felt so bad. Happy birthday.
Okay, if anybody has a question, just unmute yourself and ask it.
Okay, could you guys still see or did I get lost?
I have a question.
Okay.
You're good. You didn't get lost.
Oh, okay. So,
If I put it in the oven before, I don't know at what point, does it make it dark?
No.
Darker? Like roasting it?
it's interesting. Yes, a lot of people, I don't like to put it in the oven because I feel like it dries it out.
Uh-huh.
And why would you want to put it in the oven?
Because my mother used to do that.
Then you should do it. 1000%. There's no other reason why you should do it but the fact that your mom did it. We need to follow mothers and daughters, minhags. This is what keeps us strong. This is what keeps us connected. So please put it in the oven.
Poopa, I'm stuck in Florida like you are. It's Esther Henry. I'm Yvette's mother-in-law.
Oh, you're
And
not.
I'm making my own Haroset.
I got a beautiful text message from a good friend of mine, Mimi, and she said that she's so happy that we're doing the demonstration because so many young women and all ages are preparing Haroset. Many are preparing it for the first time. So it made me feel so good because, like I said, I really wanted to do something that would help where we are now. One of the things I thought of is that Passover, the essence of Passover is freedom. And someone might say, well, that's an oxymoron. We're stuck home. How can we possibly think that we're free? And we are. Because now if you delve inside, you could really say to yourself, I'm free. I could take my time. I could, on a personal note, download a yoga app. I could meditate more easily. I could bond with my children. I have more time. I could take up a hobby. But everybody could find their own freedom because the skies open up for this feeling of freedom during Pesach. So we should take advantage of it. Hello?
I think you muted everybody.
Oh,
What kind of nuts did you use?
did anyone hear what I had to say?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody heard you. I'm just muting people who have background noise. So if you ask a question, then just mute yourself again so that you don't pick up all the noise.
Okay, what I wanted to say about the Seder plate. See now, this Seder plate is from Aromas of Aleppo. And I went back to it and I couldn't believe, well, over a decade ago, I would like to read something that I made sure I wanted, because the women's role in Passover is so powerful from so many different aspects of it. And maybe I could do this. You could see this page, but I'll read it to you. And it's, we all know this. We wrote Pesach, the holiday about freedom. And then we put the quote, in the merit of the righteous women, our forefathers were redeemed from Egypt. And that's from the Talmud. We all know that. And it's just so relevant today. We are the backbones of the home, and we're going to set the tone. We're going to set the optimism. There's the negativity that started with the Haroset is ending up with optimism, with strength. And okay, any questions? I'm muted.
Is there any way that you could make it if you don't have a food processor? Or a blender that's kosher for Passover?
Yes, yes, you see how this was like steamed? So, do you have a moolie that, oh, you wouldn't have that. You could put, the metal strainer, the thin metal strainer.
Yeah.
Let me get one. Hold on a second. Hi, you see this guy? So now figure you steam them, right? Could you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You could steam them and then you put them, I'm gonna do this. Put them like that. And then of course with gloves on, you'll start doing that. And eventually it will go through. And then you'll put the gloves on and smush it. Absolutely nothing should stop anyone from anything. I also want to show you, so that's the Seder plate. Here's the recipe, which AB will have, the link. Look at this. So many times I say to myself, we don't really know where a lot of the produce, what it looks like when it's grown, where it comes from. This is a date palm tree. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. And then, oh wait. I got these from Costco. I have a tradition on Purim, right after I hear the Megillah. I go straight to Costco and I buy my dates. These dates this year were super, super beautiful. So that's another thing. There's the osterizer. Okay. So any other questions?
Can you please post the recipe again or show the recipe again?
I could show it again easily. And
Thank you.
also AB will have a link for it, but I
Yeah,
will.
I'm gonna send the link to the chat once,
Thank-
and the recording is gonna go out with the link as well.
Okay, wait, I'll put it,
Thank you.
there it is. It's really very easy. I
Thank
think
you.
it's over 10 years ago, but did I say to check the dates? I'm not sure. I have to read it. I don't remember, but if I didn't, we have to make sure to check it. But what I got out of this was a couple of things. One, I really would like to try some of the other Haroset recipes from around the globe. And I realized that there's such a sweet side to the Haroset. We have to draw out that sweetness. It's no longer negative. It's no longer pounding bricks and adding straw. It's eating delicious fruit. It's being with our families. It's remembering that we are free in so many different ways. So yes, why is this Haroset different than any other Haroset? I would like to invite all of you on your own to personally think about it. Think about why your Haroset this year is different than all the other Harosets in the years past. Thank you again, SCA, for this wonderful.
Poopa, you have one question. What kind of nuts did you use? Someone asked.
I use walnuts. That's the tradition.
Okay, and I also dropped the recipe into the chat so everybody could see it. It's a picture there.
Okay, good. If there's any more questions, I love questions. I wish everybody a kosher, kasher, Pesah, and you should feel the freedom that we have. We're not confined. It's a mindset. So really, thanks again.
You have one more question.
Okay,
Someone asked, how long does it last for?
almost forever. No, it doesn't last because everybody eats it. But when I make it in advance, I put it in the freezer. But if you prepare it and you put it in the refrigerator, 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. For the whole holiday, that's for sure. But never know. And also, if there is any extra after the holiday, which is doubtful, but if there is, there's a custom to make rasa adre with it. which I also, Avi, could give you the recipe if they like.
Okay, I could always just drop it in the chat and in the recording. So
Yes,
you can-
yes. The rasa, that's a custom that they prepare rasa adre with it. So, you know, this is my thing. I really believe that food connects us, and it's a way of communicating. It's a way of being with family and friends and learning from one another. And this year, it's even more powerful than ever. Embrace it, enjoy it. This technology that Hashem blessed us with is amazing, amazing. So many people all over the world are not going to be stopped because of this. They're going to
let me just
learn more about the holiday and cook more for the holiday. So many people that haven't prepared for the holiday are now preparing. It's amazing. Amazing. It's really, if we want, we could see the beracha in this. So I don't know what to do now. Baby, what should I do? Not share. Okay, there it is. Oh, everybody, this was my first Zoom experience. And I would like to thank Sam E. Dweck for all his patience and walking me through it. Now I got it, I think. And if it wasn't for Sam, we would not have had this segment. So thank you.
Can I thank you so much for this class? It was really nice, and for your cookbook. Been really enjoying it. Makes our holidays really nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I have to say,
Thank you, Poopa.
Who's that?
Esther Seda.
Esther, I love you. And Sherry loves you more.
I wouldn't miss this. I wouldn't miss this. Thank you, Poopa.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Poopa.
And may all the Harosets be not in combination for a lot of better thought, and may it be for the Refuah Shelemah of so many of those who need it.
Amen.
Amen.
And thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.